Shalom. I like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kwadash. I like to give double honors unto the apostles and elders and CT bishops of Great Millstone, who rule well, taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Achaean preachers' word of truth and sincerity around the four corners. Like Elder Malcolm will be saying, risking their lives and freedom to do so, now more so than ever. You know, perilous times we're living in. I'd like to give a shalom, peace and salutations to the Israelite foreigners, the Israelites that live amongst the heathen, that look like those heathen. This is not a black or white thing. This is an Israelite thing. So shalom to the speckled bird. And peace and salutations to the Akim and the few Aqua. You know, shalom to the true believers of the hopeful elect. Just coming back in the spirit and theme of prophecy. I got a couple of articles I'd like to share. Read them real quick. I gotta get ready for the plantation, so I'm gonna flow for like 10-15 minutes. The Lord's willing, this will be edifying. You know, we're almost home, but we got to continue to preach and prophesy to the wind. You know, whether the people hear or forbear. So let me get straight into it. All right, I got these articles from watching the beloved brother Barack from GMS Church in Birmingham, Alabama. His YouTube channel is Sealed for the Elect, so you should subscribe and be edified. I believe I got. Hold on, Salaki. I believe I got these from him, from watching his video. This is from SciTech Daily, and it says, new paper-thin brain implant could transform how humans connect with AI. You see, so clearly, we're at the doors of the new world, the new to the world, to the order. You know, devil coming down with that great wrath, because he knows that he have but a short time. And also tells you, that's Revelation the 12th chapter, but also tells you in Daniel's the 12th chapter that knowledge shall be increased. You know? Let me read this real quick. It says, a radically miniaturized brain implant called BISC is redefining what's possible in human-computer interaction, offering a paper-thin wireless high-bandwidth link directly to the brain. You see? So as you can see, they've come a long way. They've definitely come a long way from your regular BCIs. You know, your Shalakia. Your regular brain computer interface, or brain chip implant. Matter of fact, let me get that precept that I quoted. There's the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 4, and it reads, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. You see? So, like it says, the Lord told Daniel to shut up the book until the end. And we're clearly at the end because knowledge is being increased. Now they got paper-thin brain implants. And let's not forget that a little while ago, not too long ago, Elon Musk said that he wanted to see tens of thousands, if not millions of people with brain chip interface. You know? So let's not forget that. You know, we got a couple. We are literally at the brink of Yahushua returning, because all the signs, if you measure in the time diligently, all the signs are here. Let me get this real quick. This is from Newsweek. It says Pete Hegseth, and I believe Pete Hegseth is the Secretary for the Department of War. It used to be Department of Defense, but now it's the Department of War. So, Salakia. It said, the news article says Pete Hegseth updates on U.S. nuclear testing Golden Dome, and this is about 4 or 5 days ago, December 7th. Yeah, I had these articles for a few days now, and before they get too old, I wanted to speak on them. It reads, the Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the U.S. is accelerating the development of its Golden Dome missile defense shield, and indicated Washington is still forging ahead with planned nuclear testing. And the beloved brother Dawada from the church in Birmingham, Alabama, his YouTube handle is GMS Saints of the Most High, Saints of the TMH. He he did a lesson on the Golden Dome and how it's really futile, because the counsel of the Lord is still going to stand, you know. Esau really thinks that he's going to how do you put it? Esau really thinks he's going to upset prophecy or prolong his hegemony, or his how do you put it? His rulership seat. He's not doing any of that, you know. Let me get a quick precept. Let me get a couple more precepts and I'm going to wrap up. Like I said, I got to hit the plantation. I just wanted to bring these articles out. You know, whole Lord willing, this is edifying. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 46. Verse 9 and 10, and it reads, "Remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am God, and there is none. I am power, and there is none like me." declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. That's exactly what the Most High is going to do. You know, Esau's trying to upset prophecy, but he doesn't understand that it's already been written that he's going to go down the same way he came into power, through violence. And ultimately, Babylon the Great, aka America, is going to be set on fire from the thermonuclear missiles and also the chariots of the Most High when Yahweh shall return. Salaki, hold on one second. Yeah, Salaki about that. So some elderly man was looking for a house, looking for directions to a house, so I gave it to him. You know, Satan out tonight trying to hinder from the work getting done, but you still gotta persevere. It's all good. You know. Let me get a couple precepts dealing with the Golden Dome. I mean, staying in the book of Isaiah, it's already been written and prophesied that America is going to be destroyed. You know. Let me get a quick precept. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19, and it reads, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. You see? And if you know anything about Sodom and Gomorrah, all you gotta do is read, I believe, Genesis, the 19th chapter. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's the 19th chapter that, you know, that it rained Sodom and that when the Most High rained fire on Sodom and Gomorrah and the others and the three neighboring cities. You know, so let's read verse 20. It says, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. You see? So it's not going to be inhabited anymore. Let's go to Jeremiah real quick. As a matter of fact, before I go to Jeremiah, let me go to Joel, 2nd chapter. I'm starting at the top. You see the subhead says the terrible visitation. It says this is what Esau is trying to stop. This is what Esau is trying to stop. But you can't stop the inevitable. You see, I already read in Isaiah the 46th chapter how the Lord declared the end from the beginning. You see, this is the end. Esau is going to come down out of power violently by thermonuclear missiles. You know, and the other nations are going to shoot him at him. I'm going to get that in Jeremiah next, Lord. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like. Neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Yeah, so after this, after the day of the Lord takes place, this nuclear holocaust, there's not going to be any more like it. This is the third world woe. You know, after this destruction, there's not going to be any more like it, even after many generations. This is verse 3. It says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Now, what can cause that? All of those ICBM missiles that's going to get shot off. It's going to be like when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It says, yeah, and nothing shall escape them. It says, then it describes the missiles. It says, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. You see? They're described as horses. Sometimes, it's not going to say ICBM in the scriptures. People, you got wacky tech Christians wanting it to say exactly missiles. This is the way that the prophets wrote it down. You got the fiery serpent, the flying spear, the glittering sword. Just like you're not going to see America in the Bible. You're going to see, Babylon the Great. You're going to see Babylon. You're going to see Assyria, Egypt, just buzzwords. Let me get Jeremiah chapter 50, just for this, for sake of time. This is what's going to happen to Babylon. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 50. I'll start at 13. It says, because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Every one that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished, and hiss at all her plagues. Verse 14, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. For she hath sinned, spare no arrows. That's another buzzword. That's another buzzword for the missiles. Arrows. When it tells you that the arrows are going to be shot from one end of the earth to the other, that's code word for the missiles. Because the actual arrow cannot make it from one end of the world to the other, but a missile can. Especially an ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile. It says, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her, as she hath done, do unto her. You see? So, this is the ultimate fate of America. America came into power by rape, robbery, and murder. It's flexing its muscle, dropping bombs. And that's exactly how America is going to come out of power. That's the vengeance of the Lord, But Lord's willing, you was edified. Till next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect.